Hello my fellow chatterers and book lovers, anyone else who's popped in because you're curious about what this is or you've got a bit lost. Welcome everyone. I am Chatty and welcome to my channel Chatty's Mad Chatter, where I'm going to be chatting away about a few bits and bobs. So I have a sort of a celebration announcement, like very into the future, not doing anything about it yet, a little bit of a book haul and just a general appreciation of Vadana Silverscribe. That is what I'm talking through today. A little bit of hodgepodge, but let's crack on. I'm going to do my little gimmick because if you've not been on this channel before, I do not edit my long videos because I do not have good enough technology to do that. My poor laptop is very old and just can't cope with it. So it's one continuous shot. So it's one shot, no editing. Clink, clink, clink. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you who watch my videos, who like my videos, who comment on my videos. It's just such a joyous feeling to be able to chat books with you and to keep making content and be able to talk about it with people and create friendships with people. It's just such a lovely, lovely thing to do and it gives me so much joy. So thank you so much everyone for all of that. And I feel I've kind of maintained being 300 subscribers for long enough for me to be able to go, let's do a 300 subscribers celebration video. At my last count today, it was 322, but it kind of fluctuates all the time. So, but I think we're definitely, I feel we're solidly in 300. We're not going down from that. So I feel I can now do a celebration of that. So I'm not going to be doing anything until September. So I wanted to thank you all now. But in September, I'm going to be doing something. So I'm not doing it now because it's July and I'm doing JOURNEY-ATHON. And then it's just quite hectic in my life. Plus I'll want a break after JOURNEY-ATHON. And then August, my kids are off school for the summer holidays. There'll be lots of stuff going on. I'm also wanting to take part in the magical readathon. So I'm going to be focused on doing that sort of content. So September, when we get back into our routine and life settles down, I will feel more able to kind of do something. So I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, whether it's going to be sort of live Q&A or just a Q&A because I haven't done that. So that's questions and answers. So you get to ask me questions and I will answer them. I haven't decided whether I want to do like another book scavenger hunt live because that's always lots of fun, or another sort of, I haven't done like a, because my what's it called, like my bookshelf tour took like 6 videos in different parts just because I wanted to fully go through my collection in a lot of detail. I don't know about whether doing sort of like another kind of bookshelf tour and like you can request which particular books you want to see or hear about, or I could do something a little bit more, maybe doing it live and you can say I want to see that book, or we could do a book game live. I haven't decided. So if you've got any ideas what you think might be fun, please let me know in the comments. But I will be doing like a little poll at the end of August running into September and see which idea is more interesting. So we will find out. So next, you may have seen on my shelf very exciting teapot and cup, which I will bring closer to show you. So here is the fantastic teapot. It is black and white with 3 spouts. Now these, it's a white spout, then a black spout, then a white spout. The black spout is the only one that works. The other 2 are just decoration. But it is a full-on teapot. I'm very excited to use it for the first time very, very soon. But I wanted to talk to you about it before I used it for the first time and show you it in all its glory. So this was a complete surprise birthday gift from the wonderful Vadana Silverscribe. If you do not know who Vadana Silverscribe is, her channel is linked in the description box and you should go and check her out because she is 1, the sweetest person, and 2, an incredibly magical person who has such a joy for books and also has a very fun sense of humour as well. Her gifts for the book Uprooted, which I haven't met anyone who enjoyed, are hilarious. She is amazing at that. But also she has just done, she has just kind of like completed her final bit to be a full-on doctor. I'm going to say Doctor of the Stars. That is not the official title. I want to say astrophysicist, but I am not sciencey enough to know her correct title. But she studies astronomy and the planets and physics, and she's very, very clever, and she's just completed her doctorate. So everyone go over, give her some love, give her some praise, all of that good stuff. But for my birthday, I received this parcel, and in it was this beautiful teapot. So here we have a silhouette of none other than Alice in Wonderland, with Curious and Curiouser on her skirt and lots of kind of flowers in this silhouette. And then on the other side, we've got the lovely Disney Alice here, surrounded by all these little funny flowers from the flower garden on the teapot, which is so cute. And it's so awesome because I don't actually own a teapot, which is quite shocking. And then this amazing mug, which is made of like 3 cups. So look, there we've got Alice, then we've got this design of lots of different types of teapots, and then here we've got the White Rabbit being very late for his very important date. And then on the other side, we've got the White Rabbit again, but dressed in his ruff and his glasses at the end. And here we've got the Cheshire Cat. So it's so cool. So I will be using my teapot and my teacup very soon, but I didn't want to use them until I'd shown them to everyone and fully appreciated how amazing they are. I was generally just so touched. So thank you so much, Vadania. This is amazing. It's just utter genius. I've never seen anything like it, and I love it. I'm going to pop them back on the shelf so you can continue to appreciate their beauty. There we go. Ta-da! And the other thing I thought I would chat to you about is that I have bought some books. I have finally completed my Read What You Own challenge, and I have been let loose into the bookshop, and I am allowed 3 books. I have got 2 more books I'm allowed to buy if I make it up to 30, so should be able to do that soon. But I couldn't wait to get hold of these books because I wanted them for JOURNEY-ATHON. So I went to the Book Nook, which is the most gorgeous, sweetest bookshop in Brighton. I had a wonderful gush fest in there and was very excitedly talking to them about books, and it was a lovely time. And I will do a little short about that and just showing off their wonderful bookshop. So I got Jamie by L.D. Lipinski, which I have been excited about since I knew it was being released. This is a contemporary story about a non-binary protagonist who, very happy with their identity, has been accepted by their peers, and everyone's like happy. But when they get to go into secondary school, there is a boys' school in the area they live and a girls' school, and where does that leave Jamie with where they want to go to school? So it is written by a trans author. LD Lipinski is non-binary, so I'm really excited to read a middle grade with a non-binary protagonist. I think it's going to be beautiful. And also look at the cover art, it just looks gorgeous. We've got Jamie on top of what looks like a city hall building with the non-binary flag behind them, and 2 friends either side holding it up. And then we've got a whole range of different LGBTQ plus supportive signs underneath. And then on the spine we have the flag, and we have Jamie on the spine, which is so cute. And then on the back again we've got lots of placards and like protests and supports and like pro LGBTQ and pro trans in particular support on the back. So it's just really beautiful. I'm very excited about that. Oh, and it's got a slight bit of gold foiling. Let's wiggle it in front of the light so you can see. It looks like sort of like gold confetti, and there's a bit of like gold around the sides of the word Jamie across the front. The other one that I'm very excited to get hold of is one that I've been talking about for a while that I really wanted to get, and that is the 2nd book in the Lizzie and Belle mystery series, again a middle grade, and this is a middle grade historical fiction with a mystery, as you might have guessed from the title. And the 2nd book is called Portraits and Poisons, and this is by J.T. Williams, and it features Lizzie Sancho and Dido Belle, who are 2 historical figures. And the cover is gorgeous. We've got this beautiful sort of like pinky purple sunrise in the background in front of this sort of like Regency mansion building in a garden with sort of like purple gravel, and then we've got this wisteria growing over the top, and it's got like a teal foiling around the edges. And there you go for the title and the author as well. And then again the same sort of like pinky purple, like sun setting, rising on the side, along with our two protagonists. And then on the back we've got some like Georgian London carts and horses. So I'm very excited to see what mystery they get up to solving in this book, and I'm keen to kind of like be back in this world with these characters again. So very excited for both of these. I do hope to be reading these for JOURNEY-ATHON. We will see if I get to them, because I've got many books that I want to be reading for that as well. Now, what was incredibly gorgeous whilst I was in the bookshop gushing about books left, right and centre and picking up these two was one of the owners of the shop turned around and said, do you like ARCs? Do you want some ARCs? I was like, I would love some ARCs. So I have been given some ARCs. I have been given one YA ARC. So this is Darkness, and we've got sort of like a tagline across here. So all of these came out this year, so it's 2023, sort of like summertime, and this is a YA contemporary. And it says, for as long as I can remember, our family was Beth at the centre and us in her orbit, satellites to the stars, and now there's just darkness. So this is about a family who have lost someone. They committed suicide, and it's sort of like about grief and about dealing with that loss. So it's by Sarah Barnard, and it says, this is Emmy's story. When Lizzie Beck dies by suicide, the world loses a star, but Emmy loses a sister. This is the story of what happens after. It is grief and rage and sadness, and it is love in its fiercest form for the sister Emmy has lost. So it sounds like a tough read, but it sounds like a really good read, and particularly sort of like exploring mental health and things like that. So I am very keen to read this at some point. So that is very cool. I then have a middle grade called The Horse Who Came Home by Olivia Tuffin. So I think this is an animal-based story. It's not the type of middle grade I usually go for, but because I've been given it, I'm obviously going to read it and let you know what I think. But if it's not for me, I'm probably then going to put it in a free little library, because as long as ARCs can be shared, as long as they're not sold, because these are obviously books that are been given to either reviewers or bookshops for them to have in advance, so they can like support the story and let people know more about it. But I think, you know, a book is a book, and it should be shared with people who love books, and so there might be a child out there who would absolutely love a story about a horse. So it says, when Hannah rescues Bella, a beautiful Connemara pony, she discovers that not everything about her family and their home at Hartwood Stables is as perfect as it looks. Heartbreak, betrayal, and a breathtakingly daring rescue, this fresh and thrilling story about Hannah's fight for justice will grip you to the final page. So it does sound like it would be good, but again, I don't know if it's going to be one that I'm going to want to keep, but I will be reading it. One I am very excited about that I've kept till last is this story, which is a fantasy story. It is called Greenwild by Pari Thomas. It says, prepare to enter Greenwild, the world behind the door. Introducing Pari Thomas, the magical New York voice in children's fiction, and illustrated by Elisa Paganelli. And here we have sort of like a blue and green kind of like sea-like glow, and then lots of kind of stardust, fireflies, plants, and then we've got a silhouette of a girl with a plait, this golden kind of gated archway window, and in her hand she's holding this like glowing orb. Then on the back we've got again like the fireflies and the green, and it says, step into the adventure of a lifetime. That's fine. And I did see this in its hardcover form in the bookshop, and it looks beautiful. So there's a lot more kind of going on the front on the actual book. But what is lovely is because I think it's like the end pages of the hardback was this map, but I do have a copy of the map on the other side of this paperback here. Look how beautiful that is. So we've got a lovely illustration. There's a lake in the middle. There's lots of things going on. There's lots of leaves. There's a treehouse place called Heart Oak. Intemperate House, which looks like a sort of greenhousey / palace. So it looks really, really cool. So I'm very excited to read this one. And we have got some illustrations here. She says, unable to find one. Here we go, look. So we've got a sort of foreboding character here, and our protagonist following her here. I think it's got a bit of like a boarding school feeling to the first bit. So yes, keen to read that one and see what that's all about. So that was very, very exciting. So thank you to everyone at the Book Nook for having a wonderful bookshop and giving me some free books. These are awesome. I'm very excited. So I went in for 2 books and came out with 5. Winner! Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, it's just a little bit of a hodgepodge of a video. But yes, let me know what you think would be fun to do in September. Go and say congratulations to Vadania. Enjoy the teapot. Let me know any of your thoughts on these new books I have acquired. And let me know if you've acquired any books recently. Always fun to chat about books. You know I love a chat. Happy reading, everyone.